Skip this, get that. Hey my glam girls, welcome back to my channel. It's Chelsea, where we talk about all things glam and all things girly. I'm a beauty consultant who loves to talk about everything dealing with beauty and makeup, and today it's that time of the year again where we get to talk about all of the amazing products that you and I should be picking up during the Sephora Savings event. So I will be sharing with you all of the details of this savings event, and of course products that you should skip and products that you should get. So stay tuned for all of that. Thank you so much for spending some time with me today. I truly do appreciate it. And let's get right into this video. So first, I do have to say thank you so much to Sephora for partnering with me again and sponsoring this video. This is my second time working with them, and I was just so honored and elated that they did want to work with me again. So this is the Sephora Holiday Savings event. I always get so excited because I love to not only shop the savings event, but recommend products to you guys so that you can shop the savings event and get yourself all the things. So if you are a Rouge member, you get to start shopping the savings event Friday, October the 28th through November the 7th, and you get to save 20% off. If you are a VIB member, you get to start shopping the savings event November the 1st through November the 7th, and you save 15% off. And then if you are a Beauty Insider member, you get to start shopping the savings event November the 3rd through November the 7th, and you save 10% off. Now, if you're like, Chelsea, what are you talking about? I've never heard of this Beauty Insider program. I will have a link down below that you can click on, create an account. It's free, and you immediately get to start saving 10% starting November the 3rd. I will have links down below for all of the products that I'm talking about today. And if you do decide to shop through my links, it really does help to support my channel. So I would love for you to do so. Thank you in advance to all of you who do shop through my links, because once again, it does support my channel and it means a lot to me because you don't have to. So now let's get into Zay makeup, because we got some good things to talk about. So first, let's talk about two primer-like products. I have the Danessa Myricks Yummy Glow Serum and then the Natasha Denona Hygiene Skin Glass. Now, I'm actually going to recommend both of these products to you. So the Yummy Glow Serum I recommend to you because this is going to be more like a skincare product. It's formulated with amazing skincare ingredients that are going to all work together to balance out your skin and hydrate the skin. In the summertime, I used to use this as my daily moisturizer. And for the most part now, I pretty much use this almost every time I apply my makeup. It is a beautiful hydrating type of product. Now, Natasha's product is going to be also a skincare infused type of serum. It's going to help to balance out the oils in your skin. It's going to help to reduce the shine on your face, and it's also going to help to allow for your skin to absorb water-based products. So once again, another great skincare-based product. I love like the pearlescent glow that it does leave on the skin, but it doesn't leave your skin looking excessively dewy, and of course it doesn't feel dewy, especially since it's formulated to absorb the oil. So both of these are really beautiful products. I would say when choosing one or the other, if you want something that's gonna be more like a skincare product, almost erring to the side of a moisturizer, go with the Yummy Glow Serum. The Natasha product, I would recommend this product for someone who wants more of a primer skincare type of product, because that's how I use this one. Whereas with the Yummy Glow Serum, I use this more almost like a moisturizer, primer-like product. So recommend both because they both are beautiful. Now let's get into some foundation. So I have a couple of them to recommend to you, okay? So first, skip this, get that. Okay, so this Hourglass Soft Ambient Glow Foundation, I love it. When I first reviewed it, I could not stop putting it down. I gave it a glorified review, and I still think this product is really beautiful. However, the more I wear it, the more I realize that it can dry my skin out. And that's where I give it kind of like, it's not the best. I wear shade 12. I do still wear this foundation. I do like it, but I don't reach for it nearly as much as I used to because it does feel sometimes dry on the skin. So although it does give you kind of a very ambient glow, it doesn't feel as hydrating and as like you know, lit from within as your skin might look. So, and sometimes I feel like my skin does look a little dry with this foundation. So that's why I'm saying skip this and get you some Sephora Collection Best Skin Ever foundation. Now, I know this foundation is not new, but it is sort of new to me. I bought it like a few months ago and I was blown away. I was like, this is why everybody loves this foundation. So I have this shade 33.5Y. This is literally your skin, but better. So you get light to medium coverage from this foundation. Amazing shade range, $20. And during the holiday savings event, you get 30% off because it's the Sephora Collection brand. And it's just, I mean, your skin, but better. It's beautiful. Like, I remember when I first put it on, I was like, okay, maybe this is just like the first time and it won't be this good. Every time I put this foundation on, I'm like, this is amazing. I feel like this foundation does what the Hourglass wants to do, but the Best Skin Ever foundation actually makes my skin feel hydrated. And that's where I feel like this definitely outshines the Hourglass one. So now we have another one. Now this one is, I know, when y'all hear what I'm gonna tell y'all to skip, you're gonna be like, Chelsea, I'm like, I know. Okay, I'm gonna tell you to skip 2 foundations for one. We get a 2 for 1. Skip these. I know. Skip these and get this. This Haus Labs. Okay, let me explain myself. Okay, I love both of these foundations. Still wear both of these foundations and still recommend both of these foundations. But here's the thing. So starting with the Patrick Ta cream foundation. So I wear the shade Tan 1. This foundation is beautiful. This is like your beautiful everyday lightweight cream foundation. So we get really nice, no more than medium type of coverage, but it's still gonna be more like a light medium type of coverage. So, you know, I'm just gonna go to the little grocery store. I'm gonna go to the little Target. Wanna throw something on my face, and this is gonna look beautiful, effortless. Like, you can put this on, throw a little gloss on, and you're done. But this foundation, for me, I'm not giving it like a absolute yes in terms of like, pick this over that, because it does not diminish the pores as well as the Haus Labs foundation does. And this foundation at best is gonna give you like a lighter medium coverage. Even Patrick Ta himself said like, this is your everyday foundation. So if I wanna glam myself up, and I'm a person who's like, I don't wanna have a whole bunch of foundation, so like I just want one foundation that can kind of do it all. This is not going to be the foundation that I would take on the red carpet. This is the one I'm gonna take, you know, like I said, to the grocery store, maybe out, you know, with a little brunch or something. But if I want to get really glammed up, this one is not going to do it for me. The finishing powder, I really don't use. It's nice, but I really don't use it. The Yummy Glow Serum Foundation. Now, you all know I'm obsessed with this, okay? I am obsessed with this. I wear shade 14W. I got 12W and it was a little too light for the perimeter of my face. 14W matches me better. Here's the thing. This is amazing, okay? But I know this is not everybody's cup of tea. So coverage is amazing. When you think serum foundation, I know at least for me, I tend to think lighter coverage, full coverage. Full coverage, and you could go way full coverage if you don't be careful. But this foundation is quite dewy. It's a Yummy Glow Serum Foundation. So if I don't want this to be as dewy, I do need to manipulate it. And if I don't want to manipulate a foundation, if I really just kind of want to put a foundation on, throw some powder on and keep it moving, this foundation is not going to be that easy to work with in terms of like I said, if I want to mattify it a little bit, I've got to add to it. The foundation that I think would suit more skin types and is that foundation that will work for literally any situation, Haus Labs. Okay, so let's go down this one. First of all, pores are like, where are you? Like, I don't have pores because this has such great pore filling, everything in it. It's got dimethicone in it. Second, I'm going on the red carpet. She can ride hard. But you know what? I also want to run to the grocery store and I don't want to do too much. Girl, she can ride with you as well. You know what? I want to go to a little brunch. I want to go on a date with my husband. You know, all the things. Haus Labs is like, girl, I'm there. I got a look for you. It is so beautiful. It is effortless on the skin. It looks so beautiful. The only like about it is the shade range. Now, the shade range is great. I think there's 51 shades, but the shades are a little special. So if you can go in store to get your correct shade. So when I first reviewed this foundation, I got shade 370. That was too deep, but I felt like at the time, that was the best shade I could find. And then I think it was the Clean Beauty Edit. Is that her YouTube name? I'm so sorry if that's not correct. But she commented and was like, hey Chelsea, we are of a similar complexion. Try shade 340 medium cool. And typically I don't wear cooler undertones, but this actually I think works beautiful. So I'm wearing two foundations today, but this is the foundation that I'm wearing like right along here. And I think this shade match actually looks really beautiful. So if you are around my shade, 340 medium cool is going to be at least where you should start. But this foundation it's beautiful, okay? It is beautiful. So that's why I said, if you've got to be X marks the spot, she's the one that I think you will be most happy with. Okay, and then lastly, we gotta talk about Danessa Myricks Balm Powder. Okay, we're not gonna spend too much time here because she done blown up all over TikTok and social media, and I feel like a broken record at this point, but you know what? I will continue to be a broken record because this is worth it all and every time. So, Universal Balm Powder, I have beaten up the universal shade, and the other shade that I use the most would be shade 5. After shade 5, I use a lot shade 7. So, look at shade 5. Honey, she's been loved on. Shade 5, I wear in my T-zone. Shade 7 and 8, I can wear on the perimeter of my face. I've been using shade 8 more because I like more of that bronze look. Shade 7, I tend to wear along the perimeter of my face if I want more of like a contoured look because it is a bit cooler. Shade 6 I have. Shade 6 I usually don't use at all because it's a little cooler. I'll show you what shade 6 looks like. So shade 6 looks a little cooler. Especially when I put it on my face, so I don't reach for shade 6 more. But the universal shade, this is what I use to mix with literally almost every foundation that I have on. I'm wearing it today, mixed in with my foundation. Let me tell you why I love it. Prolongs my foundation, makes every foundation that I wear look better, and then of course it's going to absorb any oil that I produce and keep my face looking flawless. Just to let you know, I've had this face on now for, what time is it? It is 11:25 p.m. I have had this face on since 4:45 this morning, okay? Now, I have touched up. I'm not gonna actually fool you and make you think like, you know, I haven't touched it up, but like, I didn't have to do a lot. And that's because I added the balm powder to my foundation. So, I mean, there's so many uses for this. I have used this on my lips to even out my lips and like plump up the fine line, not plump up the fine lines, but like diminish the fine lines so that my liquid lipsticks can go on smoother. I've used this in my brows, my eyes for like an eye primer. I mean, if you want to literally like, I need to get out of the bed and go, but you want to reduce your pores, just take a little bit of the Universal Balm Powder because you don't need a lot and literally smooth it over your face with your fingers and be out the door. I had to speak at a conference. Was it a conference that I had to speak at? I forgot what it was. And I was like, I need to throw something on my face real quick. I took shade 5, put it in my T-zone. I took shade 8 and literally with my hands, because Danessa does it all the time, and I blended out my dimension around the perimeter of my face, threw on a lip, and I was done. Like, and I did a little blush too. But like, so easy to manipulate with your hands, a sponge, your brush. Like, I'm telling you, if you had to get one shade from the balm powder, I would go with the universal shade because I feel like that is the most versatile. But I would say if you can, get you the universal shade and maybe get another shade or two. A shade that maybe you can do your whole face with, or maybe, like I said, get two shades where, you know, you've got one that's a little lighter for the middle of your face and one that's a little deeper for the perimeter of your face. But like, this balm powder, out of all of the products that I'm talking about, I have used this the most since it has come out. So, highly recommend it. Like, if that's the only thing you buy from this Sephora savings event, it's gonna be worth it. Okay, concealer, I have a couple. So we're gonna say, skip this and get this. Okay, Charlotte Tilbury, this is her Beautiful Skin Radiant Concealer. I have the shade 8 Medium. 8 Medium is a little light for me, but I actually can make it work. It looks a lot lighter in the tube than it does on my face. So this is beautiful. It gives a nice little glow under the eye. It lasts pretty okay. And that's pretty much where it ends for me. Like, you know, I go, it's okay. You know, I don't want to be like that about makeup. I want to go like, girl, like that's the reaction that I want to have. So I like this. I've used it a couple times, but like, it just, this Sephora collection, Best Skin Ever concealer. When I saw this concealer, I got excited about it, and I hadn't even tried the Best Skin Ever foundation. I was like, I know this is gonna be amazing. And it is. So I have the shade 33N, and this is just, it's stunning. First of all, it's fuller coverage. So if you're looking at the Best Skin Ever foundation, Best Skin Ever foundation is going to be more like medium coverage. The concealer is fuller coverage. It's got a really beautiful like satin, like a demi-matte type of finish. There we go, demi-matte type of finish. It's called a multi-use concealer, so you can get multiple shades and use this for all over the face. So one shade for your T-zone, another shade for the perimeter of your face, another shade to bronze, maybe contour with. Comes in a plethora of shades. I think it retails for $15. So once again, everything in the Sephora collection is 30% off no matter what tier you are. Pick this up. You hear? Pick it up. This is so good. Hardly creases under the eye. So this is one of those concealers that I do not have to set if I don't want to. I can't say enough great things about it. This is great. Now let's get into bronzer. So the bronzer that I've been loving the most lately has been Danessa Myricks Balm Contour. So this is shade medium 3. It is the bronzer contour that I'm wearing today. And I just love the formula. It's so easy. It blends, like absorbs into the skin, blends into the skin, and it's so effortless on the skin. I can't sing its praises enough. And I think what makes me love it is because it's so easy to use. And even when I feel like I've applied too much, I just keep blending and it eventually just blends right where it needs to go and it looks beautiful. So highly recommend this. And also there's another one. The LYS Beauty Cream Bronzer Sticks. I feel like we didn't get enough love with these. These are beautiful. So I have two shades. I have the shades Harmony, and I also have the shades Courage. I use Courage more than Harmony because Courage shows up on me better. So here is Courage and this one is Harmony. So we have Courage here, and as you can see, Harmony, it shows, but it's a very light bronze. But these are so beautiful. So quite pigmented, you don't need a lot, but just very similarly to the Balm Contour, these blend really great into the skin. And there are some really great shades. So if you do have a deeper complexion, you do have a bronzer stick that will work with your complexion, and so affordable. I think the bronzer sticks are like $16 to $20, and then you get savings on top of that. So like, very great product. Amazing formula, very affordable. So those are my bronzer contour recommendations. Let's talk about these blushes. Okay, first. This is an immediate skip. Skip this, okay? Just go ahead and skip it. Look at this. This has been broken since I got this. This is the highlighter. Ever since I got this, this is already broken. Now let me tell you what to get. If you want a Patrick Ta blush palette, get this one. Now, I know this actual palette he no longer makes, but he did come out with each one of these shades individually. So my thing is this, just pick up the shades that you want, because in his actual duos, the formulation is amazing and highly pigmented. So my two favorite duos, like hands down, like if I had to only keep two of his blushes, I am keeping number one, my all-time favorite, She's So LA. The most perfect neutral bronze for my complexion. Like, I can't say enough about it. if you're not new here, you've heard about this time and time again. The other one that I love is called She's Blushing. He released this one this year, like earlier this year. This one is beautiful. Another kind of a neutrally pinky-ish, mauve-ish type of shade. Beautiful. And then, like I said, if you do want the shades that he has in this palette, he does sell them individually. These are very pigmented. I love the cream formulation. He likes to suggest that you apply the powder first, cream on top, and oh, it just looks amazing. And then these tones will work for so many complexions. This one that he came out with, this palette, I believe that he made it specifically for lighter complexions. And I do feel he was trying to experiment with a new type of cream formula for his blushes. And I just don't feel like it's as good. So this cream formula is more emollient. It's more like a gloss. It's not really a cream. So it's sticky. When I was putting it on my skin, I felt like it was lifting the foundation underneath, especially this gloss-like highlighter shade. Bless it. And so, like, I just wish he would have kept the formula for the creams the same. The powders are beautiful, and these shades do show up on me, but they're not gonna work for all complexions. And so I would suggest just pick up one of his duo blushes, like, you know, unless you are of a lighter complexion, or you're like, you know, I really like more lighter toned blushes and these fit what I want, because I will say the palette is of great value. Each one of the duos I think is like $34, and then this palette, what is this, 49 or 54? So value wise, like, this is a great value, but it's just not the best formula. The highlighter is beautiful. The powder highlighter is beautiful, but I mean, just it's not in comparison to his other blushes. It's just not. Okay, then we have another one that I'm gonna say go ahead and skip all the way, all right? And it's not even because of the formula. These Gucci blushes, I'm so disappointed to say skip them. This is the shade that is called Bright Coral. I asked Sean for 2 other shades for my birthday. I ended up taking those back because they were so light. So I'm saying skip these blushes because if you have any type of pigmentation to your skin, there's really only one shade that will work for us. And I was gonna go and pick up the deepest shade, but I was just kind of like, I was so not motivated because I was so disappointed in this shade and the other 2 shades that I tried. Like, if I build it and build it and build it and build it, it will show. But like, I don't want to do all that. I don't want to do all that. It's Gucci. Oh, the packaging's so pretty. I just expected more because the bronzer is amazing. The powder is amazing. The foundation and the primer are amazing. Like, the lipsticks are amazing. Like, everything that I've tried from Gucci in terms of their beauty, like, I have fallen in love with. And I just assumed the blushes would be the same, and they're just a total skip for me. So that's that. Now, you can go right on ahead and skip this holiday release from Fenty Beauty. Okay, so this cream blush duo, although she is cute, love the packaging here. I did do a Reels, and I think I did post it here on YouTube. I mean, it's pretty. It's cute, you know, it's cute or whatever, all right? It's all right, but just get the LYS Beauty Mini Cream Blush Set. First of all, you get all 3 of these cream blushes for $20, and then you're gonna take a discount on top of that. So the deal is like a deal already. And then you get 3 really beautiful shades. So we have this shade Empower, which is one of their best-selling shades. And this shade is really beautiful. So it is nice and pigmented, but it's not overly pigmented. So if you are someone who has a lighter complexion, just go in with your brush, tap it on the back of your hand to kind of shear out the product, and it will look beautiful. And then they have 2 new shades. So there's this one shade here that is called Grateful. So this is more of like a neutral, cooler tone type of blush, but it looks really beautiful against the skin. And I have tried all 3 of them, and they're beautiful. And then this is another new shade called Unforgettable. So I'll swatch the shades really quickly so you can see them. All right, so here is Empower. Then we have Grateful, and then Unforgettable. So these are the shades in the mini blush set. And I think, like I said, for the value and what you're getting, amazing deal. And the cream formula is beautiful. It's a matte cream formula, so it lasts all day. You don't have to set these at all. You can put them on and keep it moving. They work great on top of powdered skin. I mean, the formula is amazing, and it's formulated with some really great skincare ingredients, clean brand at Sephora, Black and woman owned, like all the things. So I would say, as much as I love Fenty Beauty, like this is not worth the cost when you could get this mini trio for almost half the price. At the, like, after the discount, you're getting it for almost half the price. Still on blushes, because there was a lot. I've got 2 face palettes that I want to recommend. So, Girl's Pillow Talk Beautifying Face Palette. I actually recommend both of them. This one is medium to deep, and this one is for fair and medium skin. Both of these look beautiful and get to my skin. I've done a full review on both of them, and I love them. I'm actually wearing this one today. So I'm wearing this shade as my highlighter today. Stunning. Out of the 2, if I had to pick one, I would most definitely pick the medium to deep shade. I think this one is best for my complexion. All 4 of the shades look just beautiful and rich against my skin, and both of the highlighter shades work for me. I can wear both of them as a highlight, but I like to wear this shade as a blush topper and then this shade as a highlighter. But like I said, I do wear the fair to medium one. I just reach for the medium deep one. So recommend both of them. I think they're amazing. I've traveled with them already multiple times. Highly recommend them. And then this Hourglass Tiger palette, ma'am, well really it's called the Ambient Unlocked palette, but oh my goodness me, this is exactly what I wanted Hourglass to do, okay? So today I'm actually wearing this shade right up here. I blended it into my bronzer. This orange base shade, stunning. Every shade in this palette I absolutely love and adore. This is the one that I would recommend if you have medium to deeper skin, because it really is going to show up just beautifully on you. But honestly, this could work for any complexion, because if you have a lighter complexion, then you can either use these on the face or use them on the eye, but just this palette is stunning. Now, I would recommend the Tiger palette much and well over the other 2 face palettes, but that is for me and my complexion. So if you are of a lighter complexion, then you might really enjoy the tones in either one of these. I really don't think they did this butterfly one justice, because every time I look at it, I'm like, we just could have done so much more with this. So honestly, I don't recommend this one at all. Like, not for anybody, because I feel like we really just got blushes and then one highlight and then finishing powders. But I mean, that palette could have been, we could have done more with it. The Elephant palette I actually do recommend, because I do feel like if you have a lighter complexion, you could get more from this. You could potentially use this as a bronzer, your blushes and your highlighters and your finishing powder. So I would recommend the Tiger palette and the Elephant palette. I would not recommend the butterfly one. And that, like I said, I really base that off of preferences and how I feel the palette can be most used. Now, let's go on to some powders. Okay, so I don't want to skip this, get that. All right, so we're not gonna do that because I love both of them. These, okay, so the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Finish Powder. I have a long-standing committed relationship with this powder. It's the shade medium. You see the pan. I can't tell you how many I've gone through. I mean, this powder is amazing, and I still use it as a setting powder. So love this. It's very lightweight. This works beautiful if you have drier skin. This works beautiful for people who are like, I don't like powder. Like, you more than likely will like this one. This one is just amazing. So still recommend this one, and I am recommending this in this video. If you just want a tried and true, lightweight but effective setting powder, look into Charlotte Tilbury's. It's really beautiful. But Charlotte Tilbury also came out with some brightening powders, and I just cannot get enough. I can't get enough of it. This is the fair to medium shade. I love to use it in my T-zone. It brightens the under eye so well, so well. So I would say this is not going to be my most preferred setting powder. Setting powder, go with the original Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Finish powder. But if you want a brighten powder to add on top of your setting powder, that's where Char Girl and this brightening powder reign supreme. So really enjoy it. I also have the brightening powder in the shade Tan to Deep, and I do like this shade. I will use it along the perimeter of my face because it just looks like my skin when I apply it in under the under eyes, and I want something more bright there. But I do use the fair to medium one much more. And in terms of my preferences, if I had to choose one, I would choose the fair medium shade over the tan deep shade. But I do enjoy both of them. And if you are someone with a deeper complexion, the tan deep shade will work for you. I've used it on someone who has a deeper complexion, and it looked beautiful and it brightened her under eye area. So either one of them will work for, I would say, a good range of complexions because they do have more of a transparent base and they are formulated to really brighten versus add like actual color to the skin. So highly recommend them. All right, eyeshadows. Okay, so you already saw in the beginning of my video what I told you to skip and what I told you to get. So let me explain. I said skip the Huda Beauty Empowered eyeshadow palette. Now, I like this. I just recently reviewed it and I gave it a really great review, but there were a couple things in this palette that I was just like, I wish this was different. And that's why I said skip this. If you want a palette like this, because I do think this is a beautiful, beautiful everyday type of palette, because you've got, you know, nice neutral tones in this, you've got some warmer tones in this, you have shades that can like jazz up your look, give you a nice smoky glam look, or just a simple day look, or anything in between. However, I just was not on board with these eyeliner, these liner types of formulations. I feel like I know what she was trying to do, but I just didn't really like them. And then I also didn't like that if you are around my complexion, in all honesty, these shades right here are not going to show any type of distinction on the eye. So we have 3-4 shades that really don't show a difference on the eye. And I feel like we could have added some other shades in here to give us more of a difference on the eye, no matter the complexion. I said to go with the Natasha Denona My Dream palette because this palette is everything. She is the dream everyday palette. If you're looking for an everyday palette, one that can do all the things, smoke it up, simple glam, literally one and done, the most effortless, the most dramatic, like this palette can do it for you. It's actually the palette that I'm wearing on my eyes. I love how this eye look turned out, and these shadows last all day. Like I said, okay, so eyeshadow wise, I probably put this eyeshadow palette on around 5 something this morning, and now we're almost at midnight. Once again, riding hard. The formulation is amazing. There's not one shade in this palette that I'm like, well, no. Every shade in this palette is amazing. It is amazing. It is like the one eyeshadow palette that I think no matter who you are and what taste you like, I pretty much think everybody can get with this one and really enjoy it. So she did an amazing job. Like she said, she put her heart and soul into this palette, and this is the most personal palette to her. And I feel it because this palette is beautiful. It might be airing on one of her best palettes. It might. Okay, another eyeshadow palette that I would say, if I had to choose between them, now this is gonna be a very biased statement, okay? Very biased. So let me say that a third time. Very biased opinion, okay? And when you see the two that I'm talking about, you're gonna go, okay, I get it. If you know me, you're gonna be like, I get it, all right. Skip this, I know. Wait, get this. Okay, all right, first of all, The Pat McGrath Celestial Nirvana palette is beautiful, okay? She is beautiful. I really love this palette. I recommend it. So do not get me wrong. If you want this palette, add to cart, okay? It is beautiful. Formulation is, it's really beautiful. I mean, there's not, once again, there's not one shade in this palette that like, I would say, well, you know, it's just, no. This one is beautiful. I love the colors of the palette. And I would say for Pat McGrath, like she's actually giving us color that she usually does not give us. So I really enjoy this one. Highly recommend it. But if you want to be like Beyonce's Alien Superstar, because that's what, this is the name I've given Danessa Myricks Transcendence Palette Lightworks for. If you want to be Alien Superstar, I'm too classy to be touched, forever I'm that girl, go ahead and get you this one, okay? First of all, this is limited edition. And if you don't know, when Danessa says it's limited edition, and when it sells out, I'm not bringing it back, she means it. So that's one thing. This is still available. Get your hands on it while you can. Secondly, more than likely, you don't have a palette like this in your collection. You might have shades similar to this. You might even have formulations that are similar, but I promise you, you do not have this all-in-one palette like this. I've done a full review on the palette, okay? But let me just say, this palette took and still takes my breath away. These Velvet Chrome shades right here, all of them are one and done shades. Every last one of them. You could literally take a flat shader brush, apply it on the lid, get you a blender brush, blend it into the crease, and your look is done. And people are gonna go, oh my God, what eyeshadows with an S do you have on? And you're gonna go, one, because they're so multi-dimensionals. Then you have these two aqua shades. So they're called aqua chromes because you spray 3 times with water, or you can drip water into the pans. They make such beautiful graphic liner. And I know everybody's not doing graphic liner, but you don't have to use them solely for graphic liner, but they are beautiful. Then she put in the palette 2 chrome flakes that are pressed together. All you have to do is warm the product up with your finger and you've got just another layer of just Alien Superstar on the eyes. But what's amazing, because if you're like, Chelsea, I don't do color, like this palette is way too intimidating, what am I gonna do with this? Don't you worry, because you don't have to wear them this intense. You can wear them so sheer. You don't have to wear these as pigmented as they look. But if you wanna take it there, it is there to be taken. So this palette, I would put in the same category as Natasha's My Dream palette. Like, you can't go wrong with it. And that's why I said this is a very biased opinion. Very biased opinion. Eyes, I've got one eyeliner to recommend for you. The Sephora Collection Eye Pencil. So this is called their Ultimate Gel Eyeliner. They are waterproof, and I have this shade called Espresso Matte. So I feel like you can't ever go wrong with just a good solid brown black eyeliner. This is what it looks like when you put this on. It is staying on the eyes. It does not bleed. It does not fade. Like, these are amazing. Once again, Sephora Collection brand is going to be 30% off the entire time. So I think the eyeliners are, I want to say like $12, 30% on top of that. So you can pick yourself up a few of them and still make out well. Liquid highlighter. All right, so I'm gonna tell you to skip, and I actually don't even have it in anymore. I gave it to my niece because I just couldn't make them work. The Fenty Beauty Liquid Kilowatt Fluid Freestyle Highlighter. I got the shades, no, I forgot the shades that I got. Either way, I gave both of them to my niece because the lighter shade, it literally had glitter in it and I didn't like it. The deeper shade that I got, I liked the formulation of it, but it was too deep for my complexion. So I gave it to my niece, but they have come out with this, the Ease Droplet Liquid Highlighter, or just liquid product. And this, get this. So I have the shade called Honey Citrine. This is their Ease Droplet All Over Glow Enhancer, and this is beautiful. So I like to mix this in with the foundation that is a little more matte. So like, I've mixed this with their Ease Drop liquid foundation, and it just gives it a nice like subtle lit from within glow. This has no type of glitter in it. It's just a pearlescent glow, but it's also nothing like too much either. The formulation is thinner, so it doesn't sit heavy and feel heavy on the skin. This is one of those products that you literally could throw on your face and be out the door, and you're not gonna look like you've got, you know, like a disco ball on your face because you're so overly dewy and shiny and almost greasy looking. This just gives you literally an all over enhanced glow. So I really have been enjoying this, highly recommend it. Like I said, skip the kilowatt, get this one. Okay, and then let's move on to some lips because I'm working my way through. We're probably at like 45 minutes now. So lip products that I recommend, all of these are recommends, like, because they're beautiful. First, Fenty Beauty Gloss Balm Ice. It tastes like peppermint. This one does kind of have a plumping effect to the lips, but it's nothing that's overly irritating, at least to me. Like I do feel a tingling sensation with this one, but I like it, so it works for me. So I really recommend those. Another Fenty Beauty lip product is their lip stains. So this one is called My Type. This lives in my purse. I love the shade, but I love that it is more hydrating on the skin. So this is the shade that I have right here. And I love the stain. So like after the product starts to wear, there is still a stain on my lips, and this also feels very nice and hydrating. So I might pick up another one of these shades because this, like, I did not think I was gonna like this as much as I do. And then what's actually on my lips is from Natasha Denona, her My Dream Collection lip trio. It's the shade for me. So the formula is beautiful. This is my first time wearing and using a lip liner from her, and the formulation is really beautiful. It's nice and creamy. And as you can see, well, I've been using it. This is not the original length of it, so I really do like it. But I did not think any of these shades were gonna look good against my complexion alone. Like I thought, okay, if I use this lip liner, I'm gonna have to pair it with a deeper lip liner. But like it worked. It's like so nude, but so complimentary. I did not think it was gonna work, and I'm in love with the tones of these lip products. Here's the lipstick. And it's just, once again, like amazing. So that's what I have on my lips. The lip liner, the lipstick, and then the lip gloss. This is my first time trying a lip gloss from the brand, and I really do like this lip gloss as well. Very nice and hydrating. It keeps its shine, but it's not too sticky, and it doesn't like get on my teeth and transfer everywhere. So highly recommend it. Now I know all three products are not gonna work well for all complexions on their own. So this is kind of one of those, like, I really enjoyed them. And if you like these tones, then you will enjoy them too. But I understand it may not be for everyone just because of the shades, and you know, who wants to buy a lip liner that's too light for them? So I get that, but I did want to say I love all three products, and so I recommend them. If you are looking at them and you think you might like them, I think you'll like them. Okay, and then a lip liner that like lives in my purse. Charlotte Tilbury Foxy Brown. Andrea Renee did not lie when she said we need it. And I was just late, but girl, I'm here. This lip liner lives in my purse. It is such a beautiful, like, what are you, like a caramel type of brown. Like it's not too cool, not too warm. And it's so beautiful. It is so beautiful. She's got plenty other lip liners. I like the formulation as well. The formulation is more matte. Not like overly drying, but like not overly emollient as a lip liner. So it does last pretty nice on the skin. It's not the most longest lasting lip liner, but it does last well. But I love the way it complements any type of nude lip look that I want to do. Or sometimes I'll just put this lip liner on and throw a gloss on top and like be out the door. But go and get you some Foxy Brown. Okay, then lastly, the fragrance, and we'll be done. Okay, so there is a fragrance that I recently received for my birthday, and I was like, oh, it's stunning. So I love the YSL Libre fragrance. Oh, she's so amazing. So amazing. And I remember when I first got this fragrance, I was like, can I pull this off? Because this is kind of like a little masculine, but it smells great. And I've fallen in love with it. Like, this is one of my favorite, like all-time favorite fragrances, all right? So then I was like, I love the original one, like, let me try the Intense. And the Intense is even better. Like, lasts even longer. The fragrance is a little more pronounced. It's a little more strong. Not so strong where it's gonna choke you when you smell it. But I mean, this is definitely a fragrance that, like, if you don't want to be seen and heard before you actually are seen and heard, like, don't put this one on. But if you want to be seen and heard from the way that you smell, put this one on, and it's amazing. So then I saw that they came out with the YSL Libre Le Parfum. And I was like, do I need it? Yes, I do. And this, okay. So this one has a little flare. So it smells most similarly to the YSL Libre Intense, but it's got a little bit of flair. I watched a YouTube video where an individual reviewed all 4 of the YSL Libre fragrances, and I saw a couple of people that said I could not stand the YSL Libre fragrance, the original and the Intense version, but they love this one, and I love all 3. So I'm recommending all 3, but I would say this: if you didn't like these 2, maybe try this one. And I'm only saying that because of the comments that I saw. This one is not as intense as the Intense version in terms of like its projection. It still projects, and it still projects more than like some other fragrances, but I think this has like a softer hue to it, but it still lasts all day. Like, I put this on, I think I wore this one. No, I didn't wear this one today, but this one lasts all day into the night. So you can't go wrong with any of them. If you're someone who likes this type of scent, I recommend all of them. So guys, 5 hours later, we have made it to the end of this video. Let me know your thoughts down below. What are you picking up during this Sephora holiday savings event? Leave me like your top 3 things that you're gonna pick up down in the comment section below. Remember to use the code SAVINGS to save on your shopping extravaganza. And like I said, I will have all of the information down below and all of the links to the products that I shared with you today. And if you've made it to this point in the video and you have yet to subscribe to my channel, I would love for you to consider subscribing and joining the Glam Girl Squad. And guys, that is it. Thank you so much for watching, and I really hope to see you in my very next video. Bye guys.